So let's get started with our Monday evening practice. It is a lovely evening. We have a bit of a cold chill moving into the air. We were just talking about it. Tomorrow is going to be a very cold day. But today actually was a beautiful day when we have lots of fluctuations in the weather, especially in one day where you start out cold, the sun comes out, it gets really warm and it's beautiful. And now there's a wind chill that just came through with a northeast wind. Now that has come in and caused a wind chill. So the whole day has completely changed. That is change means Vata. Vata is all about movement and change. When we have a lot of change, it's disruptive. So we're doing a practice tonight to help kind of manage what's going on what we dealt with today, which is lots of fluctuations in the weather. So it's going to be a steady, still, calm, Vata reducing practice. In the evening, in general, you want to be doing more of a Vata reducing practice because you want to be able to support sleep. That means settle down the Vata, get everything moving downward. And also, if you have too much pitta going on, it means you're overstimulated in the mind. Vata practice will also help that. Okay, let's get started. We're starting out on the floor. We're going to be in a crawling position. So let's get started. I have my little zapu today because we are going to be doing a meditation as well. So when you come to the mat, you're going to come to the mat into a crawling position on your hands and your knees. And we're going to start out nice and slow. And extending the right leg out. So extend the right leg out and then bring it back in. Extend the left leg and bring it back in. And right and in and left and in. So this particular practice right here, when we start to extend the legs, the arms, and we'll bring them together, it actually strengthens your core. Really great for your back. Good. And then we're going to add, with the right leg, add the left arm. And then bring it back. And then left leg, right arm. And bring it back. And continue to alternate. Right leg, left arm. Left leg, right arm. Keep alternating. Reach. Bring it in, reach, bring it in, reach. And by the way, anytime you're combining opposite sides of the body, you are actually helping with the mind-body connection. So we talked a little bit about mind-body, what part of Ayurveda deals with that. That's the internal medicine branch of Ayurveda. And it deals with the mind and body. And when we create better connections that calms and settles and balances, one more step, it's going to affect that connection. All right, from there, we release, flatten out your feet. And then come forward. You're just going to shift forward. We're not lowering down yet. And release back. And come forward. And release. Now we're going to be moving in a circle. Come up, moving to the right, then shifting your hips to the left and go back. And then up, shifting left, moving to the right and back. Come up, right to left and back. And this is a nice way of kind of removing any kind of stiffness in the back of the pelvis. If you had to sit today, right to left and left to right. Good, one more set, right to left. And then moving up, left to right. Then shifting all the way forward, and then lowering from half plank, lifting up Bhujanasana. Pause here, but keep your pelvis on the ground, which means you're going to drop the shoulders, press your elbows in, then take it back. We're going into down dog. Walk out your heels, dropping one knee in and releasing the heel down. And then draw both heels down, get hollow in your belly. Nice. Okay. And then from there, we're going to actually step your right leg forward, drop your back knee, and then lift up. Pause there. Lift your torso. Now, if that's too much for you, you can keep your hands on the ground, no problem. But try to relax your pelvis and shift it forward. Good, and then from there, lifting up, curl your toes under and step back. Down dog. Again, draw your navel in, get hollow in your belly. And then the left leg steps forward, dropping that back knee. Releasing your pelvis forward. You can keep your hands on the ground or lifting up. You have another option of using a block. So you can kind of come up on the block that's a little bit higher. And you're releasing your pelvis forward. Keep drawing your navel in, and we want to create stability, stillness, calm in the body. Good, and then from there, stepping back, down dog. Good. All right, holding down dog. Open up the armpits. Open them up. Good. Straighten those arms. Good, and now we're stepping forward, warrior one, drop your back heel and lift up, reach. Bending that front knee, keeping your right hip pulled back, left hip goes forward, tailbone pointing straight down, open the chest, drop that knee in the front, open up, look up, release the day. Open up the heart, open up the chest. Good, and then we're going to release the arms, straighten the leg, interlace your fingers behind you, pull the back foot in a little bit. You're keeping your legs straight, but you still have those square hips. So right hip back, left hip forward, and then open up, drop. Drop your head. And releasing your hands to the ground, step back, down dog. And from there, we're going to drop to the knees, shifting our torso forward, lowering with control all the way down. And lifting up into Bhujanasana. Keep the pelvis on the ground, drop your shoulders, press your elbows in. I know bent elbows requires more work, but that's okay. You will get strong. Squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. And then release back. Down dog. Then that left leg steps forward, dropping your back heel. And again, we lift up. Open the heart. Bending that left knee. And again, we square those hips. But this time, left hip pulls back. Right hip comes forward. Tailbone points down. Draw that navel in. Reach. Open up the heart, open up the chest. Take a deep breath, inhale, expanding the rib cage, expanding the heart. And then straightening the leg, exhale, you're gonna drop your thumbs, pull your back foot in, straighten the leg, interlace your fingers, and lower. Keep those hips square, you guys. Drop your head. This, by the way, interlaced fingers like this, when we drop forward, it helps release tension out of the neck and the shoulders and the upper back. It's a great practice, but you want to make sure you're letting go of your head. You're letting that head relax and release. And then we release the hands down. Step back, down dog. Shifting forward into plank. Now you can modify to the knees or slightly shift forward on your toes. Gradually, slowly lower. Keep your pelvis on the ground. Bhujanasana. Drop the shoulders, elbows in. And take it back. Down dog. All right, right leg's gonna step forward. We're gonna go back into that half lunge. So reach back with the extended leg. Lower. Lift up. You remember, you can keep the hands on the ground. You can use the block. No problem. Good, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn towards the front leg and take that opposite arm, hook it on the elbow, and then reach the other arm back. Look at that thumb behind you. Now see if you could shift your hips forward. So rotations are another way of releasing, reducing tension, squeezing out any tension. And we hold to settle that Vata. Right? Vata is moving, 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 moving. How do we settle ourselves? Well, you got to be still. Got to hold that steadiness. And then release down. Step back, down on the dog. And again, shifting forward, plank. You can lower to the knees or slowly release down. Again, lifting up Bhujanasana. Drop those shoulders, elbows in, lift your heart. Keep your chin pulled in. Gotta watch that. Draw the chin in. You're moving the head back. That is a bandha right there. Keep it pulled in. And then release. And take it back. Down dog. Then that left leg is now going to step forward. Reach and extend the right leg, the extended leg, drop. And again, we lift up. Now, if you're only able to lift up with your hands on the floor or with a block, you're still going to stay here. No problem. Okay. Release that pelvis. And then we're going to rotate. Now, if you're using a block, you're just going to rotate like this, using a block, and then extend your arm. But if you can, hook that elbow to the outside of the other leg, drop the hand, and reach back. Looking at the thumb, but if that starts tweaking your neck, then just keep your head turning to the side. Steady. And release. Step back, down dog. Shifting forward plank. Slowly lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Take it back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Right leg stepping forward, warrior one. Rise up, steady. Take your time. Dropping your arms, thumbs down. Interlace, open the chest, draw your navel in, and then release. But straighten that front leg. Keep moving the right hip back, back, back. Relaxing your head. Let it go. Releasing the hands down, stepping back. Down dog. Shifting forward plank. Lowering on your exhale. Lifting up Bhujanasana. Taking it back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Left leg stepping forward, warrior one. Reach up. Nice. Opening up the hands, turning your thumbs down, interlace, lower and straighten that leg in front, both legs straight. Keep lifting your arms. And let go of your head. Relax your head. That's important. Okay, good. Relax your head. Hands release. Drop them to the ground. Step back, down dog. Shift forward plank. Take an inhale here. Slowly lower on your exhale. Lift up, inhale. Drop your shoulders. And exhale, take it back. Down dog. Stepping your right leg forward, we're going into a high lunge. So opening up, now I do want you to separate your feet. So that means your right foot's going to move more to the right edge of your mat. Left extended leg is going to move to the left side edge of your mat. Not touching the edge, but just going in that direction. Widening your base so that you're stable. Then we lift our hands up. and then reach. So this is going to require a little more strength. That's good. Vata needs that. Vata needs strength. Vata is made up of ether and air. There's no container there. So how do we help Vata? Well, we bring in stability. Then we rotate, dropping the opposite arm and extending behind you, looking at that thumb. Oh yeah. So now if this is becoming too much, you can drop your back heel. That'll make it a little bit more stable. But if you can keep the heel lifted, try that. And then we lower the left hand to the ground, reach the other arm up. Now the front leg is going to go back and you go into side plank. Here are your options. You either go into side plank like this, or you drop the bottom leg. No problem. Drop the bottom leg. If you need to modify. Steady. Still. Swing that upper arm around. Take it back, down, dog. Shifting forward, plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Otherwise, lower it on your exhale with control. Nice and slow. Lifting up, Bhujanasana. And taking it back. Adho Mukha Savasana. Down dog. Then that left leg steps forward. Again, we're going into a high lunge. Widen your base. Widen your base so you have more stability. Then come up. Reach. Super strong. Bend that front knee. Now, if it's too much, if you're not feeling stable, drop your back heel. That's fine. But if you can keep the heel up, that's great. You're building strength. Then we rotate towards the front leg. That opposite arm hooks to the thigh. Look behind you. Again, if you're not feeling stable, drop that back heel. Then that front arm drops to the ground and you lift. We're holding it here. Good, and then the front leg is going to go back and you go into side plank, Vashisthasana, or you can drop that bottom leg, modify, Vashisthasana. You want stability, so you want to do this from a very stable place. You get into the pose and you hold. Keep the hips lifting up. Stable, steady, strong. Swing the arm around. Get back down dog. Shifting forward plank. Lowering with control. Lifting up Bhujanasana. And taking it back. Adho Mukha Savasana. Down dog. Right leg now is going to step forward. Drop your back heel and we're releasing into a forward fold. Now, right hip moves back, left hip forward. You can definitely modify this with a block or hands on the shin below the knee. Straighten your legs. And then opposite arm's going to go right down either on the big toe side of the foot or the baby toe side, depending upon your level of flexibility. Big toe side is not going to be as hard. And now you stack the shoulders and reach. So you're turning your torso towards the front leg. Parvrita Trikonasana. Rotate. And then releasing that upper arm. Stepping back, down dog. Shifting forward plank. And again, with control, slowly lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Pick it back, Adho Mukha Savasana. Left leg now, stepping forward. Drop your back heel. And again, we go into a forward fold, either hands on the ground. You can use a block. Straighten both legs, lift your kneecaps. Or you can bring your hands to your shin, relaxing your head. Let it go. Now, if you are using a block, you're going to bring it on the big toe side of the foot, or you can go baby toe side. Remember, big toe side is going to be a little bit easier, slightly. This is a hard pose. Then you stack your shoulders and reach the arm up. Push the chest through. Parvrita Trikonasana. Be steady. Hold that pose. Keep pushing the chest through, making it more challenging. You can then move the block or your hand to the baby toe side of the foot. That'll make it more challenging. Keep pushing the chest through. Softening your breath. Steady in the pose. Steady, steady. And then release both hands down, step back, down dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Shifting forward plank. Then again, lowering with control. Lifting up Bhujanasana. Taking it back. Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Right leg then comes forward for pigeon. Drop. Now you can use a blanket. Take it right underneath your right glutes. And lower. Now, pulling the knee out and lifting your heel up. Try to eventually get to where the knee and the ankle and the heel are lined up. Stay lifted to start. Relax the pelvis. And eventually you can bring your hands down. Keep relaxing your pelvis. Dropping the left hip down, 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 and then maybe even lowering onto the elbows. And if you can, keep pulling that heel up, pulling the foot up. Don't let it drop so much into the groin. That's going to be a bigger stretch. You're going to be opening up the glutes, the rotators, the piriformis. So if you have sciatica or low back pain due to sciatica or tight glutes and rotators, this is a great pose. Pigeon is one of those poses that can release low back pain. Not all low back pain, but it helps. And it also helps with sciatica. All right, and then from there, lifting up, curl your toes under on the extended leg and take it back, down dog. Left leg comes forward. Drop it, and then pulling your blanket underneath the glutes now. On the left side. Pulling that heel up. Pull it up. Stay lifted at first. Let that body settle in this position. Keep dropping the right hip down. Maybe you can bring your hands to the ground. Keep trying to pull that heel up further. That will be a bigger stretch. Bigger, bigger, bigger for the glutes and the rotators. Keep dropping the right hip. Drop. And then eventually maybe going on to the elbows. Keep dropping the right hip. Good, and then we're coming out of that. We're just gonna sit back and use your blanket if you want. Wide-legged. Now, when you go wide-legged, I want you to make sure your kneecaps are up, thighs are up, and the feet are either straight up or internally rotating. In other words, they're dropping in. Do not let them drop back. Because if they drop back, here's what happens. When your legs drop back, see how my leg is rotating back this way? Here's what it does to the pelvis. Okay, that's not good. You want to rotate in, which is internal rotation, and see what that does to the pelvis. It lifts it up. So sometimes we don't have enough flexibility in our back and our hamstrings, which means you have to use a blanket. Hold it up a few times and get up higher. And that will, the higher you go, the easier. Throw a block underneath you. Then you've got your pubic bone pointing down, your tailbone lifting up, and that's going to help you get yourself in the right position. Good. Then from there, we rotate to the right. Breathe into your side body. Let go of the day. Slowly releasing your exhale. And then inhale up. Going to the other side. Holding it there. Inhale. You're going to take a deep breath. Inhale into that side body. Slowly releasing your exhale, releasing the day. And then lifting up. And now we go forward. So you can go forward either with your hands on the ground or you can use a block. Good, and taking a nice deep breath, expanding the rib cage. Exhale, slowly releasing. So what we want to start doing is lengthening your exhale. So if you can count your breath. If you're inhaling for 4 counts, then you want to exhale for 6 to 8, maybe even 10 counts. Okay. And eventually we lower onto the elbows if you can. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Imagine that you're expanding and inhale into all the nooks and crannies of the rib cage, in the torso, releasing any kind of stagnant energy, resistance, anything that might have built up, contraction in the body. And then slowly, slowly letting go of that breath, letting it all go. Keep working with the breath. Maybe you could even lower a little bit further into that hold. Drop down. Deep inhale, expanding. And then slowly releasing your exhale. You can even let it out of the mouth. Let it all go. All tension. All negativity. All resistance. Let it release on your exhale. Okay, and then we're lifting up, bringing our legs in, kind of shaking them out a little bit. Taking it onto your back. Taking it into a bridge. Find your heels. Pushing up, keep the knees tracked in front, right in line with the front of the hip bone, which is not on the sides, it's on the top. So find the bone here, your hip bone, then lift up, then lower, draw your right knee in, extend your left leg out, open up that right knee to the side, take it across the body, looking to the right as the leg goes to the left. Bringing it back in. Left knee comes in, extending your right leg. Opening up that left knee to the side. Taking that left knee across the body, extending the left arm out. Looking to the left as your left leg goes to the right. Nice. And then releasing from there and coming back into bridge, letting go of all tension in the pelvis, in the back. Bridge helps to stabilize, also aligns, strengthens the back body. It's all the way around. Fantastic pose. Really great for Vata because it's strengthening, settling Vata, and then lowering. Again, we're going to draw both knees in, Move in a circle. Move in a circle. And then go in the opposite direction. Again, moving in a circle. Moving in a circle. From there, you have the option of either just lifting your legs up so that you can bring a block underneath the back of the sacrum, the pelvis, and you're going to hold your legs there. Or you could go into a modified shoulder stand where the legs are lifting up right above your eyes, or full shoulder stand. Sarvangasana. And then from there, we're slowly going to lower. We'll do a little side to side. And then set yourself up for Shavasana. In Shavasana, you want to use a bolster, place it right underneath your legs to support the low back. Cover yourself up, make sure you're warm, and then cover your eyes. Definitely want you to cover your eyes. That is going to help pacify the eyes and also the fire element. So if you tend to be overstimulated, if you tend to be an overthinker, you're always trying to solve problems, you'll want to start settling that part of yourself by covering your eyes. The eyes are the most overstimulated sense we have. And how do we help with overstimulation? Like just constantly being input. You do that by stopping the input, stopping all the stimulation. Shut it down. Let the eyes rest. Feel your eyes rest in Shavasana as you lay in that corpse pose. Definitely having your arms below the heart, palms up, because receiving position. Feel the body soften. Connected to the floor, relaxed, letting go. And again, softening your eyes, softening your eyeballs. Let your eyes relax. Anytime you have something going on with your eyes, you want to give them a break. Sometimes I have astigmatism. It'll just start spasming. All of a sudden, it just starts tweaking. I always know that it's just because I've been overusing my eyes. So you just let them rest. Feel your eyes rest. And then feel your jaw, your mouth, your tongue, the roof of your mouth. Let that all soften. Relax. Especially letting the tongue drop. Let it drop. Let it become so heavy. The tongue softens and becomes heavy. Let it go. Begin to connect with your ears. And let your ears relax. Feel your ears, your ear canal. Sense it, feel it. Any anything that you allow in, all sound. Begin to listen only to your breath. Listen to silence. What does silence and stillness sound like? Connecting with your skin, your whole skin. It's the largest organ in the body. And feel your entire skin relax, let go, soften. Feeling your body as a whole as a result. Letting it then move into all the muscle tissue. And that softening moves even deeper into the body, into the bones. Feel your bones soften. Relax. Settling the body, settling the mind. Settling Vata. Vata in the body that shows up as scatteredness, inability to sit still. And even a softening with the mind and the stillness of the mind. Settling, scatteredness in the mind, anxiety, doubt. It all settles. You begin to feel more stable. And it allows the mind to rest away from needing to solve problems. That's more pitta. And just allow this moment to be. Enjoy it. Enjoy just being relaxed. Good, and then from there, gently, slowly roll to your right side. Pause there. Your time. And then bringing yourself up into a comfortable seated position, connecting your hands, bringing your thumbs to your heart. So if you have time, allow yourself to move into a meditation. Otherwise, just bringing awareness into the heart. Allow the heart to be soft. Let the breath stay soft. And may you feel supported. May you have comfort. And may you have ease. Namaste. Very nice, you guys.